Hey guys, Wild Willie here, and I want to talk about comfort food, Pringles specifically, when the shit hits a fan. Now, comfort food goes a long way in an emergency situation, and you'll see when people start panic buying in the grocery stores because of an oncoming disaster or potential disaster, whatever, it's the comfort food that gets cleaned out first. I don't know why, but it seems to be. So today we're going to talk about the Pringles themselves, the chips inside, and a couple different ways you can use this container afterwards. So right here, I dry can my Pringles. And I dry can my Pringles because, I use Pringles because I like the shape and they're a little bit more durable and they're a good tasting chip. So very simple to do, guys. Take your canning jars, wash them, sterilize them really good, let them dry. Throw your Pringles in there, do them up really tight, and put them in the oven and let them dry. And then it'll seal. Now, I put mine in the oven for, well, lid's open. I opened up the lid here because I was eating them already. I put mine in the oven for 300 degrees for 30 minutes. But here's the thing. When I start my oven to preheat it, the Pringles go in at the same time. So the outside temperature, inside temperature is the same temp to start with. But once that beeper goes off and the oven's reached its temperature, then I hit the timer 30 minutes. When that's over, I just leave the Pringles, take them out, and I let them dry at room temperature, or sorry, cool down at room temperature. Usually takes about 3 to 4 hours. This batch here, where's my label? Oh, there it is. This batch here says August 2012 I made these, and I just popped them open just to make sure they were, still all right. The vac seal was still on them. So I don't know if you can hear this, guys. Just as crunchy and as fresh now as they were in August 2012 when I first bought them and started eating them. You can do this with crackers, guys. You can do this with chips. They're dried already. The reason why I do it this way and don't put them in Mylar bags using the moisture things or anything else, because when you heat these up in the oven, you're not only sealing them, but you're getting rid of any bacteria that might be on the chip and on the jars, anything that can make you sick. So this is what I do with the chips themselves, or I always have jars of them kicking around just in case, whenever I get hungry or there's an emergency situation, and I just want that little extra feel-good food. So let's talk about this, shall we? A couple ways you can use the Pringles containers. Okay guys, here's the second step. After you've dry canned your potato chips and they're put away in your rations and ready to eat for comfort food when shift happens, this is another thing you can do. Take your Pringles can, cut a flap in it, cover the flap, the pop off top with tin foil, and put it in a glow stick. Just duct tape, clear tape, whatever. This will now, when you tilt this up, I'd love to show you with the lights off, but this camera will not pick it up. This gives you a great directional light. It'll actually send off some light about 8-10 feet in front of you, easy on a good beam. Or option 2, tie a little string on it and hang it up in your house or wherever you are. This option works great too. It's the same principle as the pop can lantern where you put a candle in, you cut the flaps open and you hang it in a tree, and the open side will always stay the opposite direction of what the wind's blowing. So the wind will always blow behind it and it'll stay focused in one area. So that's just method number 2, or things number 2 you can use a Pringles can for. Hey guys, Wild Willie here. Here's the third step for the Pringle can. Now, very crudely done, mind you. My son helped me, but this can be turned into a little solar cooker. I forgot to mention on the second video when using the glow sticks, the inside of this is like a reflective material to begin with. Now this setup, very simple to use. Cut a hole in it, run a barbecue skewer through the whole end, through the whole container, put holes in either end, and actually it was designed as a hot dog cooker. The plan's online for it. It will heat up and cook a hot dog in a couple hours. But I use Bannock. Doesn't come out hard and crunchy, but it comes out soft and moist. This usually takes about 7 hours in the sun. Bannock is very easy to make, simple recipe. It's just flour, baking powder, and a little bit of salt. I mean, you can do it up any way you want. But this is just another way to use this Pringle can as a solar cooker, whether you're cooking hot dogs or whether you're cooking Bannock or whatever else you want to try in there. So remember, anyways, guys, I'm Wild Willie and I got to get trucking. It's not a question if this shit's going to hit the fan, it's a question of when. So always be prepared.